Hello students, today our topic is Python programming, and in this lecture we are going to discuss some question answer related to bitwise operator. In our last lecture we already discussed some question answer related to bitwise operator, and this is a continuation of that part. So let's start with question number 7. We already covered question number 6. So question number 7 says that what will be the output of the following Python expression? Okay, okay, now I think it is clear visible to all of you. What will be the output of the following Python expression, and Python expression given on a screen, that is a Python expression. This is a Python expression. Now what it says, first thing that is very important. First of all, you can easily see that two numbers are there. These two numbers are 35 and 75. Okay, and before this number there is a prefix 0x which is there. And what is this? What is the meaning of this? This means that this is a hexadecimal number. This is a hexadecimal number or hexadecimal representation. This is also a hexadecimal representation. Okay, both are hexadecimal representation, and there is sign between these two. This sign is called bitwise OR. So bitwise OR operator is there. So now I think question is now clear to all of you. So first of all, the first thing which you have to do is that just convert these two numbers 35 and 75 into its binary form. After that, apply just OR operator. And what is the definition of OR operator? Bitwise OR operator. Bitwise OR operator says that when at least one bit is 1, then output should be 1. Otherwise, output will be 0. Okay. So let us do this question step by step. First of all, we have to convert 35 and 75 into its binary form. Now, how we can convert 35 and 75 into its binary form? That is a very important question. For that purpose, you should remember a table. Okay. So as we know that in hexadecimal representation, there are total 16 digit. How many digits are there? 16. So this is a hexadecimal representation, and that is hexadecimal representation, then that is binary representation. So I just make a table for hexadecimal representation and binary representation. So just write all the hexadecimal digit. As you know that in hexadecimal representation there are total 16 digits or representation. It starts from 0. First is 0, then 1, then 2, 3, okay, 4, 5. Wait a minute, I think that is not a sufficient space here, so I just make here table. HR means hexadecimal representation and BR. Okay, 0. I'll also change the color of pen. 0, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. After this you can also write it as, again you can continue this table as, space is not there, that's why I just write it here. After 8, 9. After 9 we don't write 10, we just write A represent 10 basically. A, B, C, D, E, and at last F. Okay, so first of all, just write 8 times 0 in the table. Start from 0. So 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. And then after write 8 times 1. 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. After that, just write 4 times 0 means just half of that 8, and then 4 times 1 continuously. 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1, then 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1. After that, write 2 times 0 and 2 times 1. 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1. After that, just write 0 and 1 continuously, just after one another. So 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1. Zero 1. Wait a minute, just set the screen. Okay, and then 0 1 0 1 0 1 and 0. Okay, so if you find a table, so now you can easily see that for every hexadecimal number there is a binary representation. Okay, there is a binary representation. Now if you convert any hexadecimal number more than um, f means 15, we have to just look at the binary representation of that. Okay, for example, in this case you have to find out the hex you have to find out the binary representation of 35. So look at the value of 35, or look at the value of hexadecimal 3. So you can easily see that for 3 it is 0011, and for 5 it is 0101. Okay, so as we know that before any digit, if there are certain number of 0, that has no meaning. So we can say that 3 means basically 1 1, and 5 means 0101. So just write these bits together. First of all, the representation of 3, and then just after the 5, and just removing extra zeros just appear before the number. You can find out its hexadecimal number. Okay, so the hexadecimal number is 110101. Okay, 11. Actually, the hexadecimal number is 0011, and which is represent 3, and then 0101, which represent 5. So we just remove two zeros before this number. So the number which we get is 110101. Or in simple words, just write the hexadecimal binary representation of 3, and just after that the binary representation of 5. Then you get the binary representation of 35. 35 here is a hexadecimal number. Okay, in the same way you can also find the hexadecimal representation. You can also find the binary representation of hexadecimal number 75. So just see the representation of 7. 7 representation says that 0110. 0110 is the binary representation of 7, and 010 is the binary representation of 5. So just combine these two binary representation, we can easily find the binary representation of 75. Okay, which is 110 11. Okay, I think there is a mistake in here, because okay, Now you can easily see that 0 1 last digit, last binary digit 0 1. Okay, uh, no, I think it is clear result to all of you. 0 1 0 1 0 1 0, and then after 1, then 0, then 1, then 0, then 1, then 0, then 1, then 0, and then 1. At last this is 1 1 1 1. Okay, so the representation of 7 is 1 1 1, and representation of 5 is 1 0 1. Okay, so the representation of 75 in binary form is binary form is 1 1 1 0 1 0 1. So that is the representation of 75. Now I think it is clear to all of you. So if you want to make this table, then just write this tutorial, just write 9 here. Okay, since the space is not here, so I just write the remaining part of the table here. Okay, and again I told you that first time you have to write 8 numbers, 8 times 0, then 8 times 1, then after 4 times 0, 4 times 1, then after 2 times 0, 2 times 1, and then 0 1 0 1 continuously. You got the binary representation of each hexadecimal digit. Now so now I think it is clear to all of you. Now I think all of you know how to convert a hexadecimal number into its binary form. Okay, now our question look like this. 35 represent basically the binary representation of 35 is 110 101. This is the binary representation, and hexadecimal representation of 75 is 101 01 11 0. Okay, now there is a OR operation between these two numbers. So let us perform OR operation. So according to the rule, when we perform OR operation, at least one digit is found to be 1, then output is 1, otherwise output is 0. So here 1 1, obviously answer is 1. Here both digits are 0, so answer is 0. Here 1 1, again answer is 1. 0 0, again answer is 0. 1 1, again answer is 1. 1 1, again answer is 1. 0 1, according to the rule, if you find at least one digit 1 in our operation, then output should be 1. So in this case output is 1, and in last case it is 0. So before any number, if we add 0, it is meaningless, so we can say that this is our answer. Okay, this is our answer. But in this question, answer is given in decimal number, in the forms of a decimal number. So we have to convert this binary number into decimal number again. So according to the rule, first digit is multiplied by 2 power 0, then next is 2 power 1, then 2 power 2, then 2 power 3, 2 power 4, 2 power 5, and last digit 2 power 6. And the after that add all these number, then we get the final answer. Okay, so first of all, 2 power 6 is multiplied by 1. 2 power 6 multiplied by 1. So what we get? 64. So just write 64. Then 2 power 5 multiplied by 1 means 32. Then 2 power 4 means 16. Then 2 power 3 is multiplied by 0, so it is 0. So no need to add this. Then 2 power 2 multiplied by 1 gives us 4. Then 2 power 0. 2 power 0 means 1. 1 is multiplied by 1 means we get 1. So we get these numbers, and at last we have to add all these numbers. So the answer is, as you can see on the screen, 7 here, 1 carry. So 11 is there. So 117 is the answer. So our answer is option C, 117. Now I think it is clear to all of you. It's take a long time because I just want to show you the functioning, how to perform or how to calculate binary equivalent of a hexadecimal number. Okay, if you have practice, you can do this question not within a minute, or I think maximum it will take 2 minutes. Okay, let us see next question. Simple question is this: which of the following expression results in an error? Okay, different options are there. I think first option don't give any kind of error because 1011 is already int number, and in this explicit type conversion is there, because we have to convert this number into an int, so there is no error at all. If it is a float also, then error should error will also not be there. But it's in an int and we convert int into an integer type, that will gives you uh, no error. Okay, so I think 1 is not the correct answer. After B, you can easily see that. Okay, B, before discussing B, first of all, just discuss D. Int 101011. Here 1011 is given in single quotes. It means it is a string, and we just convert it into int. So explicit type conversion is there. No error at all. In question number 2, error is not also there. Now just look at the B. 1010 1011 is a 1011 is a number here given in single quotes, and after that its representation. So normally we use 2 for binary, 10 for decimal, 8 for octal, and 16 for hexadecimal representation. So here 23 is given, which is not a standard representation here, but it will not give any kind of error because we can convert in any type of number system. Okay, so it will also not give you any kind of error. Now as far as C is concerned, here 2 is given, so to convert a number into its binary or decimal or any other representation, we just give the number in single quotes. Single quote is missing here, that's why it will raise an error. You can see the explanation. The expression int 1011 result in an error. Had we written the expression as int 10112, then there would not be an error. So number should be represented in single quotes. when you want to convert any number into any other number system. Okay, and we don't give or don't mention any other any number system, then by default it is converted or it is considered as a decimal number system. Now look at the question number 9. Which one of the following is bitwise XOR operator? So now I think all of you are familiar with some of the operators here. This is bitwise AND, this is bitwise OR. We already covered this. Okay, bitwise NOT operator is there, or complement. This is the bitwise XOR operator. Now I will show you the truth table or XOR. If first value is A, second value is B, then A XOR B, we can write it as, okay, there are total 4 possible combinations for 2 values. So first value is true. Okay, you can write it as true, true, false, false. Then true, false, true, false. So when both values are same, then in case of XOR output is 0, and both values are differ, then in this case output is, okay, wait a minute, when both values are same, then output is 0. Output is 0 means sorry, output is true, output is, sorry, false, output is false. Wait a minute. And when values are differ to each other, then output should be true. That is the simplest table. Okay, so you can easily see that in first case output input are true, true, then output is false. In last case inputs are false, false, then output is also false, because both values are same. But in second and third case, first value is true and second value is false. First value, and fourth case, first value is false and second value is true. In this case inputs are differ, so output is true in this case. That is the definition of the XOR operator, and we can represent XOR operator by this sign. Okay, I think it is clear to all of you. You can see the explanation, and other operators are also given as this is bitwise NOT. Now next question is basically numerical based on XOR. 4 and 12, two numbers are there, and between these two numbers sign of XOR is there. So first of all we have to convert 4 and 12 into its binary form. I think all of you know how to convert a decimal number into binary number. So representation of 4 is 0 1 0 0, and the representation of 12 is 1 1 0 0. Now we have to perform the XOR operation. You can easily see that 0 0 gives you 0, 0 0 0 gives you 0, 1 1 also gives you 0, and 0 1 gives you 1. Here one thing should be noticed, that 0 represent false and 1 represent true. Okay, in our last table I just show you the table, okay, in terms of true and false. So just replace false by 0 and replace true by 1. You can get that it's binary representation. Okay, so this is a binary representation 1000, and when we convert this number into its decimal equivalent, then you can easily see that 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 3 is equal to 8. So 8 is the answer. So C is the correct answer. Okay, let us take another question. The ones complement of this. So here the question is in which we have to find the ones complement. In ones complement is very easy to find. You have to just reverse the value. If 1 is there, then you just write 0 in place of 1, and if 1 is there, you can write, if 0 is there, you can write 1. So in place of 1, if you just write 0, and in place of 0, if you just write 1, then you can find the complement of a particular number. For example, in this question, number is given as 1 1 0 0 1 0 1 0 1, and if you want to find out the complement of this number, then the complement of this number is 0 1 0 1 0 1 1 0 0. Okay, this is the number, and you can easily see that answer is A is the correct answer. Okay, now there is another complement which is also called as two's complement, and if you want to find out the two's complement, then first of all you have to find the ones complement of that number and then add 1 to its one complement. You can easily find the two's complement. So this is a two's complement, which is not asked in this question, but it is very important how to calculate two's complement of a particular number. So first of all, just find out the ones complement of that number. After that, add 1 to that number. You can easily find the two's complement of that number. The two's complement of that number is 1 1 0 1 0 1 1 0 0. Okay, that is a two's complement. It is not asked in question, but for your knowledge, I just told you how to find a two's complement. And another important thing which you should know, that in computer there is a binary representation of everything, that is 0 and 1, and 0 and 1 basically represent true and false, on and off, high and low. Okay, these are the different types of representation. For example, 0 1, in terms of true or false, 0 represent false and 1 represent true. In terms of high and low, 0 represent low and 1 represent high. Okay, in terms of on and off, 0 represent off and 1 represent on. So in previous question number 10, I just show you the table of XOR in terms of the true and false. So don't worry about that. Basically, true means 1 and false means 0. That is the binary equivalent, and we have to only concern about the binary representation because we just learned about bitwise operator here. Okay, now let us take another question. Question says that bitwise, and there is a fill in the blanks, gives 1 if either of the bits is 1, and 0 and both of the bits are 1. Now that is the definition of the XOR. I just already told you. Okay, so bitwise XOR operator gives 1. You can easily see the explanation. If either of the bits is 1, if either of the bits is 1, then output is 1 in case of XOR, and 0 when both of the bits are 1. Okay, so this is the definition of the XOR, which I already discussed in this video. Some questions are also remaining, so this question will be discussed in our next video. So bitwise operator will be continued in our next video. So just practice on the representation of different number systems. This will give you an idea about the how to convert one number system into another, and after that bitwise operator looks very simple. So thanks for watching this video.